Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Offside and On Tap. It's me, Tricky. How is everyone doing? Have you had a great Christmas? I've had a great Christmas. I've had plenty of turkey, plenty of vegetables, a little bit of beer. I've been sensible with having the recent health feelings and health issues, so gone sensible on that. But yeah, really good. Hope you've had a good one too. Enjoyed the football that's been on offer. I've obviously not enjoyed the football too much after Boxing Day, but Newcastle fans, I'm sure you'll feel very similar to that. I'm just going to do a little short one this week because busy at work and I've come back late and obviously want some sleep and going again tomorrow. Busy man in retail, so not many days off in the next couple of weeks and lots going on. So I'm just going to do sort of a short episode if that's okay with everybody. But that doesn't mean I'm going to miss out on having a little beer as I'm doing it. So been in my favourite place for beer at the moment, Home Bargains. And found a lovely little can of Love Lane. It's a Baltic lager, 4.6%. It's blonde ale, and it's brewed in Liverpool actually, L10AY postcode. I believe it's called Love Lane, where the actual brewery is in Liverpool as well, from what it said, if that's to be believed. It's a 440ml can. Lovely design actually as well. I'm not trying to work out if there's any particular team that might have similar colours, possibly a Watford or that sort of thing. 4.6%, so let's get it open. Let's have a little try. I've not had this before. It's a lager, I'm going to like it, always do. So cheers everybody. Yeah, I could do that. That's very nice, yeah. So this week's beer of choice is Love Lane, everybody. Get yourselves down, have a try of that. It's absolutely lovely. As I said, I'm not going to rant too much today. I might do when I get to Newcastle potentially. But last week, so week 18, with the predictions, I got 8 points, got 6 correct results, which is good from recent form. With just the one perfect score, and that was Sunderland versus Leeds, which was 1-1, of course. Lots of good games about. After Boxing Day, we're not involved with Boxing Day in that. It was frustrating to watch your team go to Old Trafford and hammer Man United for second half certainly, if not a little bit of the first half as well, and not score. Really frustrating. Just toothless up front, away from home. Got all the passes, all the skills, but just can't finish it off, and that's costing Newcastle dearly at the moment. And there's a lot of frustration from supporters on all the fans' pages and from friends of mine and myself, frustrated with away performances. Recently we've been really good away from home, and then this season it's all gone sort of to shit really. So what can you say? We go again against Burnley coming up. We've got to get on track and get a win there. If we don't win that, then questions are going to be asked and problems are going to start to come. So great games and other than that. Wins for all the main protagonists: Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa. Fantastic at Chelsea. Went 1-0 down and have come back, and Ollie Watkins has got himself a brace and he's playing himself back into plans for England with these goals. He's a great finisher. He's never been in doubt. He's obviously had a very slow start to the season, but the second half of the season, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he's going to catch the eye and he's going to get himself back in there because really England don't have many options other than Kane. Keep it going, Ollie Watkins. Villa in the title chase. My friend Righty joking, saying there's no chance Aston Villa are going to get a title shot, but they're only 3 points behind still with half the season to go, and they're playing really decent football. I mean, club record, I think it's 10 games in a row, or 11 games in a row possibly now where they've won. So well done Aston Villa, keep it going, keep the title chase, just keep it interesting. 3 teams in there is better than 2. Man City though, I said it last week, I think they're just a machine again now. There's so many players who've upped the game, got themselves going. Cherky coming back from that injury, he's just transformed that midfield, and then obviously you've got Foden who's back to his good old self. Haaland, he's just unplayable, isn't he? Most weeks. And the defence has started to pull a shift as well and doing what they should do. So ominous. So I've still got my hat hung on them currently. And then Arsenal, they did hold on to the win against Brighton. I mean, that save from David Raya. I think I came out and said Donnarumma was the best shot stopper last week, and I'm going to shift that back to David Raya after that save to keep them ahead. Absolute fantastic save to his right, top corner it was going, pulls it off, and Arsenal get the win. And that's the sort of moment that will define them this season in the Premier League, really. So those top three kept going. Burnley fighting for their lives, got a draw, another battle draw against Everton. But yeah, there's no hope for Wolves, and West Ham again not getting any points and still in the relegation zone, still 5 points from safety. They've got to start winning soon, West Ham, otherwise again pressure will be on. And I don't care how many games you've had as a manager, if it's only 10 games, if you don't win anything, then you're going to get shoved off pretty quickly, especially in the Premier League, as we see very often. Week 19 predictions, I'm just going to get straight into it. So I'm going to do it quickly because I'm filming this, it's nearly 10 o'clock and I'm absolutely knackered, to be honest with you. And you don't want to listen to me too many times this week. It's going to be another show before weekend. Burnley against Newcastle. Burnley, 2 battling draws in the last 2 games, but draws aren't going to save them. Need to start picking up wins. They play nice football, but the defensive errors that creep in, they just can't keep happening. They've got in this fixture, home Burnley against Newcastle, they've scored 1 goal in every game against them. In the 7 home games in the Premier League they've played against Newcastle. So little side bet there, Burnley to score 1 potentially, if you believe in those sorts of superstitions. But they haven't won any of those last 3 home games against Newcastle, so take what you can from that. As I mentioned, just Newcastle hammered Man United. I mean, to be fair, Man United, they had kids on the pitch. They got Darren Fletcher's young son. They brought their subs on from the academy as well. They didn't look great, Man United, to be honest, but they held on for the win. And if you can't score goals, ultimately you don't win football matches. That's what happened. Man United will be chuffed to bits to win that unexpectedly without Fernandes as well. Newcastle just forget where the goal is. I'm going to go for Newcastle to win though this one. I'm going to go for us to get our second away Premier League win this season. I'm going to go for 2-1 Newcastle. Chelsea at home to Bournemouth. Of course, Chelsea lost to Villa at home. Is that the final nail in the coffin in terms of their title hopes? I think so. I think that's them done. I really do. I don't think they're going to win enough games. They're going to keep losing the odd one in 3. They're not going to get enough points ultimately. I think 4th/5th is their aim, and I think 4th they'd take that, get back in the Champions League. Obviously they're still in the Carabao Cup in the semi-finals, and they want to run in Europe, of course, they will, and they're doing all right in that at the moment. But I think the Premier League's a stretch too far for the teams above them at the minute. That's despite all the quality they've got at the top and players coming back. Bournemouth, no win in 8 Premier League games, and Semenyo, is he on the way out? Coming out today saying he wants to get his future resolved by the 1st of January. That's only two and a half days away. So is he on the way out? Does that leave them in big trouble for the rest of the season? It's relegation form, so they're not got enough points accumulated yet. Sliding down the table. Worrying times for Bournemouth fans. Going to go for 2-0 Chelsea in this game. Nottingham Forest against Everton next. Obviously Sean Dyche facing his former club, Everton, at home here. Forest have started picking up a couple of points again, wins here and there. Everton are missing quite a few players through illness, injury, and a couple in the African nations, of course. That's a Gay and Dai. I'm going to go for Forest to win 2-1 in this game. Going to get them a goal there, a couple of goals there to win the game. So Forest 2-1. West Ham Brighton. Obviously this fixture at the start of the month, the other reverse fixture with Brighton at home, it cost me all the trickiest trebles, and I was really, really frustrated with Brighton because they bossed the game and didn't get the win in the end, got a late equaliser. And I'm going to go for the same again. I'm going to go for another draw. I'm going to go for West Ham 1, Brighton 1 in London. Then a big game, probably for me, the biggest game of the fixture week. It's Arsenal against Villa. It's 1st versus 3rd. Arsenal, you fancy they just perhaps have enough in this game. Defence on top maybe. Villa defend really well as well. it could well be a draw again. It could well be a draw. If they'll keep that run going of not losing games, but I think Arsenal just battle hard enough to get a win here. Possibly a late winner. They're good for those. Going to go for Arsenal to win 2-1 at home to Villa. But again, it could easily go the other way for this game. Really could. Then Man United at home to Wolves. Obviously another home game for Man United this week, and Wolves just cannot get a point for the life of them. Despite Man United's troubles and players missing, they're playing okay football. They do okay pass. They'll create enough chances against Wolves. It's just whether they can defend well enough. And it could be one of them crazy midweek games where it goes the other way. But going to hold firm. Going to go Man United to win 3-1 against Wolves. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. Crystal Palace have just dropped off, haven't they? Really dropped off the boil. Don't understand it, because they were on such a good run of form, and then it's headed south. And this is an opportunity for them to try and get back on footing and get back playing well. Matata's not scored for a little while. Missed a couple of decent chances in the last game when they lost, and I think they managed to edge it though at home against Fulham. Fulham again, they've gone up into the top half, playing decent football again. I'm going for Palace to win 2-1 in this one. Liverpool versus Leeds. Obviously, there's a great fixture in the reverse fixture to start December up at Leeds, and it finished 3-3, and it was really entertaining. Liverpool at home, different proposition for Leeds. I think Leeds and Daniel Farke, I think they deserve a fantastic round of applause for their month of December, unbeaten. And manager of the month, Daniel Farke, I would say so. The fixtures they played, Liverpool draw, beating Chelsea, draw with Sunderland away, also Brighton, undefeated. I think they should get, and that does them a really big favour as well. Haul of points, gets them up the table, keeps them away from likes of West Ham, Burnley, Wolves. But this is a different proposition. Liverpool, Vert's getting his first goal in the last game. Liverpool doing enough, and they'll win 3-1 at home to Leeds. Another London derby, Brentford versus Spurs. Brentford really good at home. Spurs just really indifferent. Can't pick them one week to the next. I'm going to sit on the fence, and I'm going to go for Desmond in this game. I think it's going to be entertaining. I think there'll be some poor defending from Spurs at some point in the game, as there always is. Go for 2-2. Brentford 2, Spurs 2. Would they both take that? Brentford possibly would take that. Keep the points racking up, get them away from trouble. And then finally, we've got Sunderland at home to Manchester City. Gonna get a spoiler on this. I'm gonna say Sunderland are gonna lose the first home game of the season. I think Man City are absolutely on fire. Cannot see anything other than a Man City win, especially with Sunderland missing the few players they have. Done well not to lose since the derby against Newcastle, after which they lost a few players to the African nations. Granit Xhaka key. If they are going to get anything out of this game, he's got to get the troops going and keep them going and provide the goods. But I can't see anything other than a Man City win. Going to go for a 2-0 away win, Man City against Sunderland. And guess what, everyone? Tricky's treble. It happened. I played it safe. I went for lots of bankers. Man City to beat Forest, Liverpool to beat Wolves, Arsenal to beat Brighton, and at one point I was very, very edgy because Liverpool and Arsenal were 2-1 going late on in the games, and I thought, well, one of them's bound to cock it up, but held on, and we only won the second bet of the season on Tricky's treble, so I had a £5 stake on that, which returned £13.62, half of which I'd give to Dimension UK, but I'm going to round it up to £7, so the pot's now £17. We're rising, we're going up, we're getting the pot up, so fantastic. This week Tricky's treble. So I'm going to do the same trick again. I'm just going to keep trying to accumulate a little bit each week, get to a point where I get £50-60 in the pot. I can then start getting a little bit risque with the picks and going for higher odds. Going to go for £5 stake here. Liverpool to beat Leeds, Manchester United to beat Wolves, and Man City, as I say, I'm going to get them to go against Sunderland and beat Sunderland, and that is worth £14.77. So If that comes in, I'm going to put £7.50 extra into the pot for Dementia UK, which is the big reason, one of the big reasons I'm still doing this, in honour of Grandma Barb. Love you. I miss you this Christmas, definitely. And that's it. I'm going to wrap it up there. As usual, if you could please, if you're involved, get your comments in with your predictions, score predictions, all 10 games. 1 point for a correct result and 3 points for the correct score exact, a maximum of 30 points from the 10 games. See if you can beat Tricky this week. If you can subscribe if you haven't already, that's really helpful for me. If you can get me up to 100 subscribers, I'm at the 58 point now, so I've got over 50. I've been meaning to do a few live videos, but with Christmas and busyness and work, I've just not got onto it. So I will do that soon when it settles down again, and we can watch some games together, a bit of a watch along with a beer. You can ask me all questions about what I think about the game, about the fixtures in general, results and teams in general. That'd be great. Get involved. If you've liked the video, please like as well. So I hope your team does well this week, and I'm really hopeful Newcastle get the job done against Burnley, but if not, you won't see a smile on my face next episode. So have a great week, everybody, and if you are going out on New Year's Eve, be safe, drink safe as well. Have a good one, everyone. Cheers. Get yourself a love lane.